Welcome to the Remarkable Life podcast. I'm your host and coach, Caryn Gillen, and we're going to have a chat today. Let's say fireside chat because here in North America, I'm sitting fireside more often than I used to be. It's a chilly November day. All the cashmere is back out of the closet and things are getting cozy around here. This is episode 123. And that feels like a lot of episodes. What I want to share today is that I'm going to take a holiday pause. And one of the reasons I do that is not because I have to, but because I get to. Another reason I do that is so that I'm modeling for people that you cannot do what you do all the time at certain times of the year. And that's important for me, that we don't do everything all the time. So I'm just going to take a little break from podcasting and I'll be back in the new year. But today, I have an episode for you. And next week, we have an episode for you. I have a lovely interview with Belinda, and we're going to talk about profitability and business from the lens of what do you do when things get really hard, when big life things happen, and you're a business owner. And I really hope that you stay tuned and that you're subscribed so you can listen to that. So this week in the United States is Thanksgiving. And while I don't celebrate it for all of its original roots, I do celebrate this time of thankfulness. And I want to say how thankful I am for each of you here listening and for the gift that it is to me to get to be in business. So thank you for being here and for everything that you do to take this work out into the world and become more you, because that's everything for me. The update that I have for you is about Black Friday, which is Friday of this week when this podcast goes live, until Cyber Monday, which is Monday of next week. That's the 27th. It's also my husband's birthday. So between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I'm going to be running an offer, and it is one of my favorite things. It is Voxer coaching. So it's coach in your pocket, me, master coach Caryn Gillen, as your coach in your pocket, ready to go when you're ready, not when the calendar says so. So for a lot of people, coaching gets to be a little bit daunting because of calendaring. It can also be daunting because you're someone who uses a lot of thoughtfulness and you like to take things in, go away, sit with them, marinate, and then come back. And a coaching hour can get really intense for some people. So I wanted to put out Voxer coaching as this holiday kind of debut. As far as I know, it'll stick around for a little longer than the holidays, but honestly, you never know around here. So Voxer coaching, it's month to month. And to get the Black Friday bonus, it's a 1 month minimum. And here's the bonus. You get my course, Lead Your Profit, for free, total bonus. You get the values workshop for free as a total bonus. And you get my network online like a boss as a bonus. And if you put all those things together, they cost more than $500. But the first month of Voxer coaching is a $500 investment. So the first month at a minimum is a no-brainer if you're a coach and that those other workshops are valuable to you. If you're not and you're just interested in coaching, the values workshop is going to change your life. It will make things more intentional and decisions easier to make, hard decisions easier to make. So even though that's a one-off workshop, it's one call and some questions and some follow-up, it's really powerful. And I don't work with people without really getting them the values work. So that's a really important one. So if you've ever been interested in what is it like to do Voxer coaching, or if you've been interested in being coached by me, but the time commitment or the financial commitment has been too great for you, or a little too daunting, or it just hasn't been the right time, consider if now is the right time for us to get started. And the way that'll work is we both hop on Voxer. It's a walkie-talkie app. It's free if you want it to be free. You can pay if you want. For a year, I think it's $35. That means you just get to save your messages versus them disappearing after 30 days. And what we'll do is we'll hop on and get started. And the way starting looks is I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. And The reason I do that is so that you're clear where we're going and I'm clear where we're going. So that if something random comes up later, I'll be like, how does this play into that place that you wanted to go? Like, does this change everything, or is this an addition to, or whatever that is? Because we do need to have somewhere we're headed. Unless we're people who have worked together before and you just know, I want thought partnering, I want mentoring, and I want coaching from Caryn because I've always loved it. That's a different story. We have an ongoing coaching relationship, and you're welcome here too. So we'll get going with a lot of questions. And if you're in a different time zone, I think the thing that I've noticed working with people all over the world is that Voxer works. It is amazing to me how often people on the other side of the planet and I are up at the same time going back and forth on Voxer. So it's there for you if you're interested. And I'm going to share a story this coming weekend of a client who really had some of the most awesome, I think is the right word, breakthroughs for her on Voxer. Something that, when you are, when you're casually in your own home and you're not on the spot on a Zoom call or on a phone call or in a seat in the therapist's office or all the places where we can kind of feel a little bit more like someone's watching me, we say these things, these little hints that there's something more there. And those are the things that make my coach radar go, wait, what? And I'm going to bring that back and I'm going to follow up. And those are the kind of things that can make huge shifts happen from tiny statements. And that's one of the things I think Voxer is really good at, is you're just a little bit more off guard. Now I might be scaring people. But we're able to just really dig in a more intimate way in some ways. So if you're interested, reach out. You have to let me know you're interested by 5 p.m. Pacific on Cyber Monday, November 27th, 2023, to get all the bonuses. So I'm here. Let me know. The other thing is, even though I'm taking a pause on the podcast, that doesn't mean I'm gone. That just means I'm going to be sending Playbooks, which is the Sunday newsletter that I send all year long, which, when I thought about sharing that with you today, made me think about a tool that I haven't talked about on the pod in a while. And that's this tool of minimum baseline. And I like to think about, in my business, what is the minimum baseline for me? What is the minimum that I will show up for no matter what? Like if I'm sick, if a kid is out of school, if I'm on vacation, if I'm busier than I've ever been in my whole life, like if everything is happening and I don't have any of the usual kind of more spacious time that I like to have, what is the bare minimum that will come out? Not the bare minimum ideal, the bare minimum minimum. And for me, that's, I see my clients, or I figure out when we're going to see them if I'm sick or whatever. And I get my playbook out. And that goes out every Sunday. And it's sort of, I'm not going to say it's a religion for me, but it feels so natural that it would be weird not to do it. And that's my minimum baseline. And I think we all of us who have a business kind of have the one thing or the couple things that we're not going to do. So I want to know, what is that for you? Or I want you to know, what is that for you? Because for me, it's really getting that playbook out. It's my favorite space. It's where I am the most probably free with what I say, because to me, if you're on my list, it's sort of like you're in my backyard and I'm hosting you. You know, here on the podcast, we're out in the wild. I don't know. You're listening. It's amazing. But something about that list feels just a touch more relational and intimate to me. And I like that. So I hope you're on there. I'll put the link in the show notes. The other thing is I'm on LinkedIn and Instagram. So if we're not connected in one or both of those places and you're active there, like, let's connect. I'll put those in the show notes too. And because some of my clients are curious, I'm going to share it here, where we're at in the house building process, because to know me is to know I've been building a home. And what I'm learning is how much creative energy it takes. Holy moly. Like, I had no idea. I knew it would be a lot of work, but I don't think we ever know ahead of time, like, what it's actually going to feel like. And I'll tell you, like, it has definitely taken creative energy away from my business and into the house. And that's something that's changed how I show up. And I'm looking forward to having that process be over, but I'm also enjoying the process I'm in. I'm getting to build this home. I don't plan on ever doing it again. Like never, I'd never want to do this again. And it's pretty amazing. So we've got it fully framed. We, as in I don't, but the people who are amazingly working over there do. And there's roof paper on, and the walls are covered with plywood, and they're framing the inside walls. So we're really getting to feel and walk around in that future home. And I'm going to the carpet store right after this to let them know what carpet we want in the 2 bedrooms. And yeah, I can really see it in my mind, and I can't wait to walk around in it this summer. So that's the update on kind of that personal stuff that some of you are tracking and following and curious about. I will be hosting some of my coach clients there, doing a little coach retreat in the fall. We haven't talked about it in a while, but it's still on my list of things to invite them back to. And then, yeah, I think just in general, things are pretty good over here. I have an 8-year-old girl, and she's really getting into swimming. And like I said, my husband's birthday is coming up, and I'm headed off to Bainbridge for American Thanksgiving this weekend. I'm really looking forward to being with friends who I have loved my entire life. And some of them are newer than that, but I've loved them since I met them. And that's about it. I'll be here next week with Belinda, as I said, and then we'll be on a little holiday break. The reason I do that, again, like the last reason, is everyone has a lot more going on. Most of my clients are following Christian holidays and living in North America. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So this is a busier time of year. And I'm okay not being one more thing to listen to throughout the next month or so. And I'll see you in all the places. See you at the Playbook. See you on Instagram. See you on LinkedIn. Thanks for being here at this time of year and all the times of the year. I'll be back with you next week, and then again in 2024. And if you're feeling charitable and giving, remember to leave reviews for the podcast that you like, because it really matters to the people. It matters to me. But I think it's really important. And if you are somebody listening to this podcast and you know someone in your life, like a friend or an acquaintance who has a podcast, go give them a review too, whether you listen or not, honestly, because it's good for the podcast. It's good for them. It's just a nice, really supportive thing to do for people who are putting creative energy out into the world, and oftentimes doing just not having the interaction from the outside world, because it's our job to show up and be here and be present and to put things out and not necessarily receive feedback in return. We show up to do this no matter what. But what's really nice is when you show up for people and see them and just say, I see you there. I see you there doing what you're doing. I think it's a really nice thing to do. And it's the way I like to show up. You can do the same thing for folks on LinkedIn, friends who potentially are looking for jobs. Go to their LinkedIn profile and give them, I don't remember what they call it. I think a recommendation or something like that. Recognize some of their skills and give them a recommendation for being the awesome person that they are. Let's show up for each other and share that feeling of being seen that we all want. Let's give that to the people that we love. All right. Have a great holiday season if you're celebrating anything. If not, have a great December. I look forward to seeing you in the new year and next week with Belinda. Thank you.